They haunt our dreams, our movie screens, and our books. Almost every day we hear something about our extraterrestrial neighbors. But what if it's all a hoax? What if aliens don't exist in our era? Well, there's one theory that states just that. This is the Nazi-UFO conspiracy theory. It suggests that the UFOs that we see today are in fact Air Force projects that from the infamous Area 51 that we all know of. There's actually a lot to support this. Such as ever since World War II, we have had an influx of UFO sightings, and they in fact began during World War II. Another thing is that the German engineers credited with creating these UFOs, they have remained active after World War II. And we can see through the UFOs around today that there are very similar projects within the U.S. Air Force. As for me, I have an interest in science fiction, and therefore this calls to me. I hope it calls to you too. It's very interesting. Now, to move on to the first part. Most sightings of the UFOs have occurred after World War II. And in fact, none occurred before World War II. The first sightings were during the end of the war, whenever our Air Force pilots were flying over Germany, giving out bombs, and they saw orange glowing lights around their airplanes. At first, this was thought to be ball lightning or a certain other nature phenomena, but that was quickly ruled out because they seemed to be controlled. Ball lightning dissipates. These orange lights, they did not. They followed the planes. They moved around the planes. This caused a spark within the American society as everyone grew interested. What are these UFOs? They were given the name UFO. They were given the name Foo Fighters, which, if you want to read more, is on the German Flytrap and Anti-Gravity on UFO.witnet.org. And from there, sightings only grew. Today are exponentially greater than they were in the past. Even on a single day, such as, say, September 26, 2011, just a couple days ago, there was 16 UFO sightings by 10 a.m., which you can keep track of daily sightings at scottcwaring.blogspot.com, where there is a device where people can input their daily UFO sightings. Next, the German engineers who may have remained active after the war and their thought process for developing these UFOs actually is very curious. Share with you. Well, after the war, the German engineers were given the opportunity to come to America, where they could take part in the U.S. military. Several of them took part in this, and what we see today, it could very well be that the things we are seeing in the air that we call UFOs are their projects that are now in motion. And these German engineers, according to the Oliver mystery, the Nazi ET UFO connection by Jim Nichols, are said to have drawn their thought process from alien visitations from the ancient times. Because if you look at these Mayan societies and Incans, you can see their pictographs where aliens have come to visit them, which is probably likely since they did not interact with each other, and therefore how could they have the same pictographs? Next, the Nazis' designs are actually similar to publicized U.S. aircraft that we see now. For example, we have the B-2 Spirit. This is a stealth bomber in our U.S. Air Force. And it happens to look very similar to the Nazi UFO, the Nazi wing, which was designed during World War II. This was meant to give the Germans the advantage, but there was not enough time to develop it during World War II. But as we can see now, we are using it in our own U.S. Air Force. If we saw this 20 years ago, you would probably think it is a UFO. It doesn't look like a normal airplane. It doesn't fly like one. It's very strong proof that it exists. And also, I'd like to mention the Avro car. What does this look like? It looks like a UFO, a flying disc. This was designed around the 80s. It is the Avro car, and it's meant to be propelled by air being forced down by this motor right here. This, whenever it was actually used, it didn't do very well. It went about 3 feet in the air, and it travel at a speed around 25 miles an hour, which could be a cover-up, in fact, to make the Air Force seem that it did not have the technology available to make a flying disc. So if they show this and this doesn't do very well, then it could be more likely that aliens are real. So we can understand from this that UFOs may not actually be from outer space, at least not in our common era right now. They are more likely to be from America or Germany, where intelligence has brought us up. And the aliens, which have been reinforced as using the entertainment industry to be real, could in fact be real. But in the end, this is a conspiracy theory. So and with all conspiracy theories, we don't know the truth. If you subscribe to this, then that's yours. It's all your decision. But it is clear that the ET fad isn't going home